Abiodun Abdul. I'm a real estate practitioner. I'm also an economist and accountant as well. 9 year plus, so I'm going to 10 years now. I was into manufacturing while I was a 8 to 5 staff, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. staff with an organization. So the manufacturing was like a side also. So while doing the job, I just felt like I wasn't using my potentials enough. I had a lot of things to do in my head. So I said, okay, let me try manufacturing. I went to training on how to make soaps and the rest. So I started that. Still in the bid that I'm not still doing what I wanted to really do. I went for a real estate training. And in the real estate training, before I went for the real estate training, I'd already started reading about real estate last 2, 3 years before then, because I've seen a lot of great things done in the real estate sector. So I felt like, okay, I could do real estate. And what all my mind was, I wanted to be a very good real estate marketer. Now you have them in US, you have them in UK, they are doing fantastically well. They are highly professional. But in Nigeria, Lagos most especially, agents are very, very unprofessional. They get people angry. They do a lot of nasty things. I have personally had the experience with them too. So I was just telling myself that if I operate in the marketing space of real estate, I'm not going to do all this trash. So I wanted to try that out. And that was how I found myself in real estate. So when I went for the training, fortunately for me, the speaker was my university mate. We were course mates in the university. That's the guest speaker for that particular training. So after the program, I went to meet him. We exchanged pleasantries, and I told him that I really want to start now, that I've been reading about it. So he yes, okay, fine, I can come to his company and come and start. So I went to his company and I started marketing real estate. And from there, I joined other real estate companies, and here I am today. Now, we are a property company and equally an investment company. And our investment is in property. The opportunities available are that we have offered in the past and is equally available now is for Nigerians and non-Nigerians as well, who would like to make good returns from any form of investment they do with us, who are looking at, and Nigerians who are looking at getting on their home ownership ladder. That's people who would like to own their home, who would like to own a piece of land. Some people buy land for land banking purposes, not to build. They already have where they live. So our investment opportunities is basically for people who want to make good money in investments. Okay, so Kesha Properties was incorporated specifically in 2017. We've been into real estate before then, but full incorporation and full operational procedures, as in real operational procedures, started in 2017. And from 2017 till now, we've been able to help over 500 clients to own their land, yes, and homes as well. The money to close to 1,000 now to own their home. Okay, we've developed fully. We've done 4. We've done 4, and we have about 6 ongoing. Basically, most of our developments are within this axis. We have Aja, Ibejuleki, Ekpe axis in Lagos. Affordability, genuinity, and professionalism. Next selling point is that our properties are appreciated so fast. People get to invest now, and in the next 12 months, they are happy that no, their investment has doubled and even tripled. And the reason for that is because we develop our estate. We develop our estate. And development is what makes an estate. Beautiful fencing, gatehouse, roads, and all. So we focus highly on that. I plan my time, basically. I make sure I plan. Like days that I don't come to the office at all, I go to sites. And I'll sit there from morning till night, till end of business, just to make sure they're doing the right thing. So days I want to come to the office, I'll be in the office and I'll do the office. task. And the days I want to go to site, I'll be on site, and you won't believe I'm a professional when you see me on site, because we get to, go raw. Yeah. So I planning, basically, adequate planning. Fast, so good. I would tell you that 70% we have a very good relationship. In fact, we get to stay on our own, and they come telling us that they have lands they want to sell. They want us to be the one to buy that. That's because of the past relationship that we've had and how good it was. So basically 70%, but I must tell you the rest 30%, they are really a pain. When I tell you a pain, they ask for us. Yes. Digital technology. Oh, okay. And once in a while we get them. Difficult, very, very difficult. I must put that, very, very difficult clients. People you're trying to satisfy, and if you be to want to satisfy them, they still get angry. So you now wonder, what do you do? Because you are trying to, give them the best. So the one I did recently is, fortunately, she came through a realtor. That's a marketer. So I spoke to the marketer. I ended the conversation. I stopped responding because, in the bit to help her, she was, getting angry the more. So the only option then was just stop the conversation. So I spoke to the realtor and I was like, this was happening. She really, really understood me. And then she was able to talk to her, and then she calmed down and all. We do have partners. We call them our executive partners, in form of realtors, marketers, agents, affiliate companies who are also, they are well-established real estate companies, and they don't do development. So they work with us, they bring us clients, and we pay them when they bring per clients they bring. All right. That question, I'll take you back to the last 5 years. The last 5 years, Kesha Properties and Investment Limited was not even a development company at all. And today we can boast of over 10 estates, which more than half are fully sold out. They are fully subscribed. So now, bringing that to the present and the future, which is the question you asked me, is that in the next 5 years, I personally see Kesha Properties and Investment playing as one of the major real estate players in Nigeria and even outside Nigeria, developing a top-notch real estate products in terms of houses. Going forward, we want to look more on housing. We're looking into doing more of housing than lands alone. In Lagos State, is the law guiding real estate, let's say the Land Use Act, is not favorable to real estate companies. It's not favorable to the government and the traditional owners, the customary owners, that's the Omonile. So we do quite a lot. And if I must say, real estate companies are the one that is really bringing out the goodies in the real estate industry. We are the one bringing out that which needs to be bring out. And now we're not being favored with the laws. So it's really a big challenge for us. So I must tell you, the Land Use Act, the land grabber law, all the laws are not favorable at all to real estate companies. They put us in a very tight corner. We spend a whole lot. And even after spending, you're not guaranteed of any reasonable information that you're looking for. I must tell you, even to search for the status of a land is a big deal. It's a big problem in Nigeria, in Lagos. Yes, you need to go extra mile, asking this, asking that. There's no data, a lot of problems. Just because we are determined to continue, that's why we continue. Because if we look at that, we're discouraged. To bring out laws and decrees and acts that can make our work easier, that can also give us a better breathing space, that will encourage us, like title processing, for instance. Now, I emphasized on it just now. They should make it a bit simpler, less expensive, because it is whatever we spend that we pass on to the people. And if governance is really about the people, then the real estate companies who are the intermediaries are supposed to have very good relationship. It's majorly of the developers. I'm not going to say because okay, I'm a developer now, then I start. No, I don't do that. Basically, much of those problems are with the developer who want to maximize the profit. They actually know that this depth of drainage is not going to serve this environment. But because if they do the standard drainage, it's going to reduce their own profit. So they get to. Some of them lack the expertise, they rush. Like she asked me the other time that are we into construction? And I said yes. And guess what? We just started with bungalows first. 10 units of bungalow. We do not go ahead and just sell 500 units of bungalow and then we start rushing. We just start building whatever we like. And at the end of the day, people who subscribe are going to be at the receiving end. Though it comes back to them, that's the developers who don't do their due diligence right, who do not engage professionals when it comes to building. Like I always say, I'm an administrator. I'm a business administrator. I'm a marketing professional. I'm an accountant, a professional one. Okay. So I have BSc and MSc in economics. So I'm an economist. So it's not going to be right for me to believe that I know civil, I know building and construction. This is my core and this is what I know. So when it comes to building and construction, I engage professionals who are well read in that aspect. I don't say, okay, because I've been monitoring them, I've been supervising, I know what to do. Even if I know, I make sure I still let professionals do it because it's still going to come back to me. In future, when there's problem in the estate, they get to come to the office of the developer to come and complain, to come and call you names. So it's better to do the right thing. So maybe government have just one or two things in that, but majorly it's on the developer. Yeah, okay. Now, good education. A good real estate practitioner should have good education. Be related to real estate or not, you must have good education, sound education, you know. And a good real estate practitioner must be very very detailed. When I mean detail, I mean paying good attention to details because our work is life threatening. I put it that way. If you build a house and the house is not good, and the integrity of that building is at stake, then you are threatening the life of people. So a good real estate practitioner must pay good attention to details. Okay, yes. The future of real estate in Nigeria is very bright. It's very, very bright. In future, I see Nigeria, we're already competing with the international markets. We're already doing constructions that match up with the international community. So in the next couple of years, Nigeria real estate market is going to experience massive development, and we're going to have a lot of interesting projects coming up already, and that is going to come up in the next 5 years. It's highly promising. So far, the environment is enabling enough for us, the practitioners. No, it's not. I must tell you that this is something that whenever I think of it, I'm not fulfilled. I'm not happy because when we say we are solution oriented, we are providing solutions, and we have 98% of the population at the lower cadre, at the grassroots, who cannot afford what we're selling. Are we actually providing solutions? Now, Kesha Properties, this is where we come in, and this is really, really one of the most interesting things about us. When you asked me the other time that what's distinct us, I said affordability. People get to be able to afford our property. At least a good number of our population, of the Nigerian population, who can afford our properties. We have a property selling for 750,000. We once had a land selling for 250,000 naira. But the disadvantage there is some people will not still invest, even when they have the money, because they believe that no, properties are always highly expensive, so they don't come to it. But the good thing is that we've been able to prove ourselves over the years. We've been able to sell and allocate, and people have their land and they build. We presently have affordable housing, and we're still going to continue providing affordable lands and houses. Yeah, I tried going into mortgage brokerage at the beginning of my career, and I found out that it's very difficult in this part of the country. You know why? Cost of funds are very high. Now, if I didn't find out that, maybe Kesha Properties would have been Kesha Properties and Mortgage Limited today. But because I found out that it's impossible for a private sector operating in Nigeria to provide mortgage facilities because cost of funds, by the time you're borrowing these funds for 20%, that's the CBN rate now, 22%, even 26%. Now you want to put some mortgage, but mortgage is minimum of 5-10 years building plan or loan to individuals. Now multiply 26% per annum times those number of years. That's the cost that you get it as a mortgage company. So how much will you give it out to people? So it's almost impossible for private sector who do not have a very good source of fund abroad where they can lend funds at 1%, 2% interest and bring it in to offer mortgages to people. So right now, government is the only one that can do it, not private sector. Okay, on a personal ground now, Kesha Properties has not done anything as a company. So the less privileged, I want to believe that's what CSR is. So, but on a personal ground, what I personally do is I empower people. I training in form of training, and in a bit so training them, we expand on them because I solidly believe that you teach a man how to fish, you don't give them fish.